Hello friends, see you again with Ndrow Movie here. As usual, I don't forget to pray for all of you, to always be healthy and happy. For those who have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. And don't forget to press the like and share button in this video. In this video I will discuss a film storyline entitled Black Adam, which was recently released in 2022. This film is an action and superhero genre film. Without further ado, let's start with the storyline of this film.
Shiza.
The film begins in 2600 BC, where there is a kingdom called Kahndaq led by King Octon. King Octon enslaved all his subjects to seek Ethereum as the main ingredient to create the Sabak crown, which is known to give great power to the wearer. One day one of the slaves managed to get an Ethereum stone, but when he asked for a reward he was killed by the royal soldiers. The incident was witnessed by a boy. He felt that the actions of the king and his soldiers had gone too far. So he invited all the slaves to revolt. As a result of the incident, the king finally sentenced the child to the death penalty. Miraculously, when the punishment process was taking place, the boy suddenly disappeared. Unexpectedly, the boy turned out to have been chosen by the great magician as the champion to get super. With that power, the boy managed to take revenge by killing the king of Octon and all his soldiers. The scene then switches to showing the Kahndaq region in the present. Currently Kahndaq is being oppressed by a group called Intergank. One night an archaeologist named Adriana Thomas was seen entering the Kahndaq area with his colleagues, namely Kareem, Samir, and Ismail. They planned to seek the Sabak crown. Arriving at the mountainous area of Kahndaq, Adriana and her colleagues immediately went into action, while Kareem was tasked with waiting outside. As soon as they entered, Kareem was surprised to see Samir suddenly fall in front of him. Apparently it was the doing of the Interganks who had come to ambush them. Meanwhile, inside, Adriana and Ismail find a grave with a spell written on it. After that he moved deeper until he finally managed to find the crown of Sabak. Unfortunately, at that moment the Interganks finally got in to drag Kareem and also arrested Ismail. A panicked Adriana took the initiative to cast a spell on the grave she had previously found because she was sure it was Adam's grave. Someone he believes to be Champion Kahndaq is the boy at the beginning of the film. After resurrecting the champion, he immediately slaughtered all the Intergank that was there. Adam was so out of control that Ishmael also became a victim because he was hit by a mountain ruin. Adriana and Kareem, who were still alive, tried to escape as quickly as possible because they had also managed to find the Sabak crown they were looking for. Outside, Adam again ambushed by the Intergank with a much larger number. He was shot continuously, but all the bullets were not able to penetrate his burly body. Regardless of anything, Adam directly slaughtered them all. He doesn't care how many lives have been sacrificed just to satisfy his pent-up battle for so long. There is one thing that can injure Adam's body, namely an Ethereum-based weapon.
He's made of lightning. Good point.
At the same time we are shown that Ismail is still alive and he is part of the Intergank. The scene also switches to showing Hawkman's residence. At that time he received orders from Amanda Whaler to arrest Adam along with the JSA or Justice Society of America, where the group houses several superheroes ranging from Dr. Fade, Cyclone, and Atom Smasher.
The Justice Society.
It wasn't long before Adam finally came to his senses. At that time he was accompanied by his son Adriana, named Eamon. Seeing the current condition of Kahndaq made Adam confused about what had happened. Eamon explains that Adam has been buried for thousands of years and he managed to get free after Adriana cast a spell over his grave. Adam is known to be very brutal. He doesn't care if he has to destroy things or kill anyone who makes him angry. Because Adam has extraordinary power. Adriana and Eamon also believe that Adam is someone who can help Kahndaq free from Intergank. Hearing this, the free-spirited Adam refused to help them, because he feels that he is not a superhero. After that Adam went to a statue that looked like him. When Eamon tries to chase after Adam, he steals an Intergank's radio communication to announce that they have a new ruler. It also makes Eamon captured by the Intergank troops. Then Adriana came to try to free her son, but he was also arrested. That's when Adam finally came to free them one by one. The Intergank troops were mercilessly slaughtered. Then when Adam was about to take down 2 Intergank members, Hawkman and his friends finally arrived. Hawkman immediately saves the Intergank who will be killed by Adam. Hawkman and Dr. Fade ask Adam to turn himself in because they see Adam as a threat to the Kahndaq. His uncontrollable emotions made Adam always solve problems with murder and his actions were very contrary to the principles of the JSA. Due to the discontinuity between them, Adamkun finally had to face with JSA members from Hawkman, Dr. Fade, Cyclone to Atom Smasher.
Cyclone, Smasher,
Even so Adam was still strong enough to face them all alone. Seeing this, the Kahndaq community was very enthusiastic. Because they have finally found a superhero who is truly capable of protecting them. Even the JSA, which claims to be an enforcer of justice, is still not enough to contribute to the Kahndaq community. After that Adam went towards the Kahndaq mountains. Doctors Fade and Hawkman then went to Adriana to ask where the Sabak crown he had found. Because the crown is very dangerous if it later falls into the wrong hands. The crown was not in Adriana's hands because it had been brought by Eamon. Adriana then said to the members of the JSA. They should have joined Adam instead of trying to catch him. The scene then changes to show what happened in the past. At that time Adam used his power to kill King Octon and all his troops. Adam's actions finally made the great god angry because he had used his power to kill many people. So that Adam was not buried but imprisoned by the great god as a result of his actions. And now Adriana has freed Adam from the prison that had held him captive for thousands of years. Maybe this is the reason why the JSA is so eager to catch Adam. Because they are afraid that the war and chaos that occurred in the past will repeat itself. When he got home, Aemon was so surprised to see Ismail already at his house and pointed a gun at him. Ismail knew that the crown of Sabak was in the hands of Aemon. So he ordered Aemon to give up the crown immediately. In order to protect Aemon and the crown, Karim ordered Aemon to leave immediately, and instead he was shot by Ishmael. Aemon then contacted his mother and told him that he was hiding because he was being chased by intergangs. Adriana, who heard this, then asked Adam for help to save her son. Unfortunately, Adam was late because Aemon had been captured by Ishmael and taken away to a place. Because of that, JSA also helped Adam in finding Aemon. They dismantled the intergang troop vehicles one by one, but they never found Aemon. While at the same time Dr. Fade goes to save Karim, who is injured by Ismail's shot. Adam continues to chase one of the intergang troops to China. Unfortunately, he was fooled because the troops did not bring Aemon. Everyone was back together at Adriana's house. Hawkman then came with 2 intergang members for interrogation. But Adam then took the 2 members of the intergang into the sky. He threatens to drop them if they don't confess where Aemon is right now. Even though Adam's actions were very dangerous, but in the end they managed to get information that Ismail had brought Aemon to the intergang headquarters in the middle of the desert. In that situation, Hawkman once again expressed his frustration with Adam's actions, which were judged to always act as he pleased. As a result, the 2 of them got into a fight with each other again. In the midst of the fight, Adam suddenly found a Sabak crown hidden in Amon's cupboard. When he examined the Sabak crown, it turned out that it said, "Life is the only way to death." They were all confused about what that sentence meant. For sure, Adriana insists that they must do whatever it takes to save her son. Long story short, they finally arrived at the intergang headquarters. Arriving there, Ismail immediately ordered them to hand over the crown of Sabak if they wanted Amon's life to remain safe. Hearing this, Adriana was finally forced to hand over the Sabak crown to Ismail, and that of course made Adam very angry.
I wonder if you'll do the same for them.
Adam's outburst caused chaos. So all JSA members must work together to save Adriana and Aemon. As a result of that incident, they managed to save Aemon and reclaim the crown of Sabak. And of course they also managed to kill Ismail. After that, Adam and Hawkman met again on the throne of King Octan. It was there that Adam finally became honest that in fact the person chosen by the great god as a sesame was his son named Karut. Namely the boy we see at the beginning of the film. After King Octan knew that Karut has very extraordinary power, he immediately sent several soldiers to execute the Karut parents, namely Adam and his wife. When Karut finds his father in critical condition, he is willing to give his father the power of Sesame to save his life. After the power was transferred, Karut was immediately killed by King Octan's men. That's what made Adam angry, so he immediately took revenge by killing King Octan and all his troops. Now Adam also admits that he is a threat to humans, so now he is willing to release his power by chanting the Sesame spell.
Shazam.
In anticipation that Adam could not use his powers again, the JSA took Adam to an underwater military facility to be imprisoned.
You know, they say the gods create...
To keep him from regaining his powers. As long as he's submerged.
After handing over Adam, Hawkman and the others returned to Kahndaq. On the way to the doctor's office, Fade suddenly has a vision of a bad future. He sees in the future that they will face a war that will take Hawkman's life. This, of course, confused Dr. Fade. Because Adam, who is considered a threat, has now been imprisoned, then who will start the war? It turns out that when the Cyclone returns to pay attention to the crown of the slate, he realizes that the sentence they read earlier turned out to be reversed. Where the crown actually reads, "Death is the only way to life." From this we can also know that Ismail was deliberately provoked Adam's anger so that he was killed. After that he was reborn. Thanks to the power of the devil and get the power of the crown of Sabak. And sure enough, Ismail was reborn into the world in the form of a slate with the power of hellfire. He also fought the JSA members as a form of revenge. Now all JSA members regret their decision to imprison Adam. Because in fact they were all too overwhelmed to face the slate. After that, Sabak rushed to the palace to sit on his throne. Just when the JSE members were about to enter the palace grounds, they were suddenly blocked by the protective magic installed by Dr. Fade. Turns out this is the only way for Dr. Fade. If he wants to change the destiny of Hawkman, he was willing to sacrifice himself to face the Sabak alone. Inside, Dr. Fade's palace used his power to block Sabak. He also tried to contact Adam in the hope that Adam might get the message. Unexpectedly, Adam managed to get up from prison and tried to rise to the surface.
Have the power to be the destroyer of this world.
Just as Dr. Fade was defeated and killed by Sabak, Adam also managed to cast the Sesame spell and got his powers back. It wasn't long before the slate finally managed to sit on his throne and he was able to gain even more power. After that, Sabak raised demons to help him defeat all humans. Seeing all that, Adriana and Kareem try to face the demons while Eamon convinces all the citizens to help them.
Shazam!
Adam finally arrived at the Sabak kingdom. He immediately saved the citizens and faced the slate. The duel between the two finally happened. Adam at that time was in a desperate situation, but he also got help from Hawkman. Thanks to their cooperation, Adam finally managed to split the body of Sabak into two parts and destroy it for good. Adam and Hawkman's victory made all the citizens of Kahndaq cheer happy because they were finally free from Sabak and also the Interganks. Adam was then crowned as the protector and ruler of the Kahndaq, and he changed his name to Black Adam. In mid credits, Amanda Waller warns Adam that Kahndaq will become a prison for him and he is prohibited from leaving Kahndaq's territory. Not long after that, Superman came and asked Black Adam to negotiate. And the film is finally over. See you in the next storyline video. Bye.